Welcome back. In this task, we will learn how to change our section and page designs. We will also learn how to edit the text portions on our webpage. So let's dive in. If you've logged out of Wix between the previous task and now, please pause the video to log back in and resume the video when you are back on your bakery's homepage. For this task, we're going to start by editing our header. Keep in mind our headers may look different depending on which design we chose at the beginning. However, I want you to find it whatever it looks like. It should have the logo as well as home, menus, and blog written on it. And then once you find it, make sure it's highlighted in blue and click on the edit button. From here, we're able to edit our header. So let's go ahead and start at the top and click on the section design option. As you can see, there are a ton of different designs to choose from. Feel free to scroll through, pick one that's appealing to you, or you can stick with the default. You'll also notice that once you select one, you have the option to customize the design. For example, you could do a regular header, so it'll scroll with the page as you can see in the little animation box. Or you can select to have it fixed, meaning it'll stay at the top no matter where you scroll. You'll also notice at the bottom you have the option to change your header background color. So at this time, go ahead and pause the video, select any design that looks great to you. You can also again determine if you want a regular header or a fixed one and select your color. Whenever you're finished, there's no need to save it. Simply click on the back button. Now that we're back on our header editing page, you'll notice that we have the option to edit a lot of other features. Some options may already be checked for you and others may not. So go ahead and play around with it. You can, for example, choose to include your business name or just your logo. You can also add a tagline. And anytime that you add any of these features, you do have the option to edit it in this section here. And you can also change some of the basic font features or add a link. So go ahead and play around with this now. You're welcome to add an email, a phone number, social media accounts, or even completely edit your logo. And then once you're happy with the way that your header looks, go ahead and click on the X. Next, let's learn how to edit our text. We're going to start on the About Us page. So scroll down. Again, yours may be located in a different spot, so just make sure you find it. Here it is right here. I'm going to make sure it's highlighted in blue, and then click on the Edit button. So from here, we can edit all of the content from our About Us page. The first thing I want to do is go ahead and change About Us to read our story. However, you can decide to name it whatever you would like. And I'm going to make it bold so it pops a little bit. I also have the option to add a subtitle here if I'd like. I'm going to go ahead and probably leave that off, but again, you do whatever you prefer. You can edit your description of your bakery here, and you can also edit and replace the media option here. Go ahead and pause the video now to edit, replace your picture, work on your description, and then resume the video once you're happy with it. Now that we're happy with our story section, let's scroll all the way to the bottom of the editing panel, and I want to show you one more feature. So when we scroll to the bottom, you'll see at the very bottom there's a buttons option. When you click on it, there's an option to add a button. So for example, it automatically populated read more. So I don't have anything to link it to right now. However, later in this project, we're going to be working on blog posts, and a more detailed blog about the start of the bakery and their history would be a great option to put here to link it to this button. So I'm going to go ahead and unselect it for now, but wanted to show you that's a great option to use in the future. So once we're happy with the way that it looks, happy with our picture, etc., we're going to go ahead and click on the X button. Again, there's no need to save it because it automatically saves for us. Next, let's move to our product section. So again, you may have to scroll to find it. So here's mine right here underneath the About Me section. And so once you have it, you'll notice I have 3 different products listed here. I want to make sure it's highlighted and then click the Edit button. All right, so in the editing box or the sidebar over here, I have the option to add items. I can also click and drag with this little hand to rearrange them. And so at this time, I want you to kind of play around with the different features to see which design you like better. You'll also notice if you click on the editing button, you have the option to replace the photo. You can add buttons, you can add details. And then also on the main page too, you can always do a header title to kind of break it up a little bit. Really, the options are pretty endless. So go ahead and pause the video and rearrange the section so it's to your liking, and then resume the video when you're happy with your work. Once you are happy with the look of your section, go ahead and click on the X button. so that our main page is larger for us to edit. Then the last thing that we need to do in this task is to learn how to add and rearrange sections and pages. So you'll notice in the right-hand side of each section are two different arrows, an up arrow and a down arrow. By clicking on these arrows, we were able to rearrange our sections on this page. So, for example, if I wanted to move the opening hours section up one, I would simply click on the up arrow button once it's highlighted. So when I click on the up arrow, it'll move it up. And so now the opening hours are above baked goods and beneath the Our Story section. So go ahead, practice using this feature, pause the video, and rearrange our home screen however you see fit. Then when you're ready to move on, click the resume button. All right, so now that we're happy with the way that our page looks and we were able to rearrange it using the arrows on the right side, I want to draw your attention to the three dots on the left-hand side next to the Edit and Design feature. I'm going to specifically be looking at the Our Story section because I want to rearrange it a little bit. So go ahead and find your Our Story section and scroll over the three dots. You'll notice we have three options here. We can duplicate, move to, or delete. For this one, we're going to go ahead and click on the Move to. And from here, we have the option to select a new page on our website that we can move this section to. For the purpose of this project, I'm actually going to create a new page, which should be the default. And once you make sure it says New Page, click on the blue Move button. You'll notice that will be redirected, it disappears, and it'll pull up our new page for us to edit. You'll also notice at the very top that it says blank page. That's okay for now. We'll be editing the menu in the next task. And that's it. Congratulations, you have officially completed task 3 and are now ready to move on to task 4, where we will learn how to add and rearrange sections and pages. See you soon.